Ladies and gentlemen, this is Johnny the Capo. I'm live today. That's what I mean. I'm still alive and well. I am at the Xfinity Arena, formerly the Comcast Arena. It's now the Xfinity Arena. We're at the Wedding Expo today. It opens at 10 a.m. and all the vendors will be here till 4 o'clock today and tomorrow, Sunday. So the show opens tomorrow, Sunday at 11 a.m. and it goes to 4 p.m. So today we're live. My listeners down in Tacoma area and Seattle area, come one, come all, and check this this big wedding expo. There's lots of vendors. There's a good buzz going on already. Brides and grooms are lining up and getting ready to come in. And we're excited to talk to all of them. If you have a wedding coming up next week, next month, next year, it is imperative and important that you come and meet the professional people that have been in business for years, that are at the wedding expos on a regular basis, just like I am. I've been doing these wedding expos for almost 15 years now with my company, Viva Productions. Quick plug, we have wedding photography, wedding DJ, and limousine service. And so I want you all to come down, and we're going to be having some great interviews today. With me right now is a lovely young lady. Her name is Kristen, and she's from Contemporary Floral. And turn around this way and pose for the camera. There you go. So now, Kristen, you're out of Kirkland.
Yes.
And how long have you been up and running?
Almost 10 years now, 2006.
Oh, my goodness.
Yes,
Yeah.
Can't believe it.
Well, so in other words, you are an established florist, and you've been around a long time. And,
Absolutely.
And you've done probably over 1,000 weddings for sure.
Maybe. I've never kept track, but possibly.
I would say in the last 15 years that I've been with my DJ company, I've probably done at least a couple thousand weddings without exaggeration.
Wow.
I mean, my company, not me personally.
Yeah.
But so tell us all about what you do, what you specialize in, and what your favorite colors are right now, except for
Coral. We're both wearing coral. That's one of my favorites.
I like
I've
coral.
been doing it for 10 years,
Very
and
good.
I love working in the wedding industry.
Okay.
It's a lot of fun. I'm a full-service florist, so I do everything from bridal bouquets, boutonnieres, aisle decor, centerpieces, the whole thing.
So and do you have a store in Kirkland? Do you work out of your residence?
I've been working from home since 2008, but I did have a storefront in Bellevue for several years
Okay,
before
cool.
that. We're just a family company, me, my husband, and my little daughter. She's not much of help yet, but she will be.
How old is she?
15 months, so she's got a ways to go. She's working on pedaling roses.
At 3 years old, she'll
She'll be an expert.
she'll be ready to go. So, do you have any specials at the show today? If people come and talk to you at the booth,
I do free consultations in Kirkland.
Mm-hmm.
I've always got package deals going on, so ask me about that.
great. I like the package deals.
I know, they're always a bang for your buck.
We have package deals with our company, and ladies and gentlemen that are listening today, when you come to a wedding expo, you're meeting with the pros. You're meeting with people that are established business owners and that have been in business a long time. And the best part about the wedding expo, Kirsten, and I think that you'll agree, is that you get to meet the prospective client face to face, look at
Absolutely. You got to
look
get
in their
along with your
eyes.
vendors.
Yeah, and and the magic of that is the fact that people either they like you or they don't, and you can tell by looking at me that I have that case. Some people don't really like me, some people don't care for me. I'm cool with it. The ones that like me, I'll book. So what I'm getting at is that once they trust you, I know I and most other vendors are the same, and I'm sure you're the same. We will go out of our way to make sure they're taken care of.
Oh, yeah, for sure. It's a great opportunity to work with people and really create their vision for their wedding day.
So now tell our listeners how they can get a hold of you, your website, all your contact information.
Really easy, contemporaryfloral.com, and my number is 425-454-6003.
And she's got specials, folks, so come out here
Lots of specials.
today to the Everett Xfinity Wedding Expo. And we got all kinds of vendors and guests and brides and grooms that are going to be on the air with us today. Thanks for being on the show.
Thank you.
Bye-bye. I'm standing here with a lovely young lady. She has a company called Advocare, and her name is Brenda. Brenda, you're at the Everett Wedding Expo today. Brides are coming in. Tell us all about your company and what people can expect when they come and see you today at the show.
Oh, we are so excited. We have Spark Mental Focus for every bride that comes through and all of their friends. And it's just so much fun because we're promoting the 24-day challenge, which is an average of 10 pounds, 10 inches lost, which every bride's dream. Yeah. And we also have a bunch of performance products for the groom so they can get fit for their wedding with their friends, too.
So basically, Advocare is supplements and that type of thing?
Yeah, it's the best human nutrition on the planet. They use it in
Really?
the Olympics and every NFL locker room. Yeah, it's amazing stuff.
Yeah, cool.
Changed my world. So I love giving back and just helping other people know how to get fit.
So basically, you have been with Advocare now, and you're getting back into it. Is that what you're saying?
No, I've been with Advocare for 2.5 years.
Okay.
Back in the day, I was 250 pounds.
No way.
Yeah, now I'm a personal trainer, just loving to give back. Yeah, I was. I'll show everyone pictures that come through.
Yeah.
But so it's so much fun just to be able to help people know how to get healthy. And so it's all about health and just helping people feel the best that they can every single day.
You know, your health is so important, because it's all we have, really.
Yeah.
If you think about it. I'm more mature than you, obviously, and I'm so happy that I'm in as good as health that I am at my age.
Yeah.
So, if people are health conscious at an early age, then they can really, especially with today's technology, really beat the odds of time.
Absolutely. And it's just amazing, too. One of the main reasons why I love this company so much is because my parents actually came to support me. And my dad, he lost 70 pounds in 4 months and has kept it off.
Wow.
And he's a disabled vet. So I get to give
Oh,
back
my
to
God.
every age group. And, my mom, she's feeling like she's in her 30s again, and she's about 65 years old. So she feels incredible. So we get to help young and old and everyone in between.
70 pounds is heavier than that speaker.
I know.
That's a lot of weight.
Yeah, so he's feeling amazing.
And so you're going to be here all day, and you're going to be here tomorrow, Sunday, too, correct?
Yes, absolutely. We're going to be here both days.
Very cool. Tell our listeners how they can get a hold of you. Of course, they need to come out and see you today for sure.
Absolutely,
But
yeah.
how they can get a hold of you, your website, your contact phone
Okay.
number, all the information it takes so they can check out your product.
Absolutely, yeah. So John and I, we are both going to be here, and my cell phone number is 360-632-0078, and our website is www.sparkchampions.com.
Thank you so much for being on the show, Brenda. You're fabulous.
Thank you, Johnny.
And you look good.
Thank you.
Okay, I'm here live at the Xfinity Arena, and I am with Tyler from Blackstone Limousine, who's been around a long time, and I hear that he has the finest limousines in the city.
I would agree with that, John.
I would agree myself because I've used Blackstone, and my clients have raved over the cars. So, Tyler, tell us about your fleet. Tell us about everything that you do with Blackstone.
Well, as a company, we started in 1999.
Wow.
We currently have 3 party buses. We're one of the few companies still with stretch limousines in the city.
Mm-hmm. The stretch limousine seems to be the original long limousine, and they're still popular, and they're still comfy, I think.
Yeah, absolutely. Ever since they discontinued the town car,
Correct.
stretch limousines have kind of fallen out of favor, but we still maintain some stretch SUVs and stretch sedans.
Oh. And do you have any of those fancy big Hummers or anything like that?
We do. We have one stretch Hummer.
Cool. How many people in the stretch Hummer, really comfortably?
14.
14 comfortably in the stretch
Yep.
Hummer? Cool. And you have town car service too?
We do. We service Western Washington, SeaTac Airport, Payne Field, and Everett, all the way down to Portland, Oregon.
So in the course of a Saturday afternoon, how many cars do you have available? Or a Saturday evening?
Well, currently our fleet has 14 vehicles.
That's very impressive. Very impressive, sir. So tell our listeners, Tyler, how they can get a hold of you, your website, contact information.
Website is blackstonelimo.com.
Cool.
And the best number to call us at is 206-343-5466.
Ladies and gentlemen, you've been listening to Tyler from Blackstone Limousine. And it's a pleasure having you on the show.
Oh, thank you, John.
We'll do it again sometime. Leo Silch from Viva Productions, premier wedding photography in Seattle, has been a premier wedding photographer for years. Now, Leo.
2 minutes to count.
Say hi to our listeners, Leo.
Good morning, all. Wishing you a wonderful Saturday. Come on down and visit the wedding show. A lot of people, a lot of things happening.
That is correct. Now, Leo, as a wedding photographer, what is the best advice you can give to brides that are coming to the show when they're looking to book a photographer?
Preparation. Know your venue. Know the venue's limits. Look and investigate photographers. Look for their experience, their samples, what they're offering, their deals, their prices. Preparation, I think that's the key.
I think preparation is right. You know, another thing, too, about coming to the Wedding Expo is that you're here today at the Expo, and the prospective clients have an opportunity to meet you.
Absolutely. I
Look
think
at you straight in the eye.
That's right. I think that's important. I've said it before, and I'll say it again. Comfort is the greatest key for a great picture. You got to put the subject, you got to put the bride and groom at ease. I don't care if you have a $10,000 camera. I don't care if you have a beautiful background. If your bride and groom's nervous and they see you nervous, it's going to show in the picture.
Exactly. Also, you need to have a photographer that is not, I don't mean to say this to be funny, but you need to have a photographer that's going to come in and take charge.
That's absolutely so.
You can't have a mousy guy or a mousy chick or whatever.
That's right, and he's got to know the traditional events, how they're run, how they work out, and he's got to look for the pitfalls. He's got to notice that some things are going to take longer than the others, and the bride and groom is going to say, "Oh, we're going to do this," and as an experienced photographer, you can say, "Well, that's going to take X amount of time instead of what you think." And by the way, almost everything a bride and groom plan on is going to take longer than they suspect.
Exactly. And then again, too, with an organized photographer. An experienced, organized photographer. And let me tell you, Leo, as you know, experience is the key.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. You can have a young person that's straight out of school that is a fabulous photographer, but on their, unless they have 25 weddings under their belt, they're really not a wedding photographer yet.
That's right. They're still starting out. I started back in the days of, if you can believe this, film.
And I remember.
And I tell many of the prospective brides and grooms that back in the day when I started, I didn't see my final images for perhaps 10 days. That was totally unlike today's self-gratification where I can look right away and go, oh, that looks like it's going to work. Today's photographers, not taking anything away from them, they've got it a lot different. The old tried and true way built experience, knowledge, and a background. And that's what I bring to the party. My wife and I, we've been shooting weddings for a long time.
Well, let's go back to when I first met you, Leo. You were already a premier photographer. I've known you for about 15 years, and you worked for a great school of photography, which was really not a school, but it was Automotal Wedding Photography, which really in the 60s and the 70s he was the premier photographer company in the area.
You're absolutely right. Uncle Otto, as we dearly called him, was a great photographer, a great salesman, a great pitchman. He was compassionate about his work, and he had a lot of weddings. In my younger days, shooting with Otto, I shot, on average, 35 to 40 or more weddings a year. Yeah. It was not uncommon to go out and shoot 2, perhaps 3 weddings on a weekend. In those days, what I was called and the other photographers was a stable boy.
Right.
I was in Otto's stable. And when a prospective bride and groom came in and looked at our work and looked at everything, and she chose from all these other photographers. He is a great man, a great promoter. Back in the day of film, there were only a half a dozen large wedding photography studios in the Seattle area. So each of them had a huge amount of weddings. Nowadays, there's 10, perhaps 20 times that many wedding photographers studios. And so the share is divided up accordingly. But in the day, hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of weddings a year Otto shot, his company. Wonderful, wonderful time. Visited every venue from the Canadian border down to the Oregon border. A lot of fun, a lot of experience. And that's where I learned, like I said, with film.
With film, and now, as soon as the digital age came in, you were right on top of it.
Absolutely.
In fact,
you
realized immediately that the industry was changing, and that you had to stay up with the current trend.
Absolutely. I was surprised, as many of my colleagues, how quickly the digital age took over from film. When it started on the market, on the scene, it was one of those, everyone sat back, oh, this is 5, 7, 8 years away. It turned out to be 2 or 3 years away. The technology advanced so quickly that it replaced film in a relatively short amount of time. The film industry, processing, printing, and such, went out the window very, very quickly.
When it did come out, and I was at the wedding expos, I guess 10, 12 years ago, people would come up to me, and I would actually ask them the question, Are you okay with digital, or do you still prefer film? And no one cared.
They just care about the end result.
They just want good pictures.
And when the digital format looked as good as the film format, that's when it all changed. The technology and the speed and the cost factor alone, just really made it beneficial.
Yeah, and the film studios pretty much started going bye-bye.
Yes, they had to convert or they had to walk.
Yeah, and a lot of them did walk.
Absolutely. A lot of photographers, wedding photographers back in the day when it was film, were really put off by the digital because instead of simply shooting a wedding, bagging the film and taking it to the lab and then be done with it, they had post-production work to do. They had to download the images, they had to edit the images, they had to burn the images. Many of them were reluctant to get on that bandwagon. But, as we know, they had to, or they weren't going to make it.
That's right. Ladies and gentlemen, you can book Leo through our company, Viva Productions.
And his wife.
And his beautiful wife. And let me tell you, there is no team better in Seattle than Leo and Donna. No question about it. And Leo, pleasure having you on the show.
Thank you, Johnny. Thank you, Johnny.
You handsome devil.
And we're back at the Everett Wedding Expo. We have got all kinds of brides here this morning. It's Saturday. Information about the expo is at bridesclub.com. But right now I'm going to introduce you to a good friend of mine who has something kind of fun and different they do here at the expo. Who are you? Tell us what you do.
My name's Elizabeth Santa Cruz. I work with a company called Eccentricity, and we do handmade custom wedding stationery and paper products and wedding branding and design.
So when you say handmade, do you make it?
I do. Yeah, we do all the printing and assembly in-house, and then we assemble them all for the brides and usually mail them out for them.
Wow.
Yeah.
Now, is this like a DIY thing that we hear about, or is this more like they hire you to do it?
Yep, they hire me to do it. It's not we're out of Utah, so a lot of DIY companies are out there, and they send the bride all the different pieces, and then they have to put them all together and send them out. And ours is, we have design fees, because mostly everything we do is custom, and then we just add on, then we print, assemble, and do everything ourselves, and they pay for the actual product, and that includes all the assembly and everything.
So let's get the real important questions out of the way. What is like the coolest invitation you've seen?
Oh, that's a really tough one. We had a comic book wedding invitation that was a full 8-page comic book with illustrations that were the couple, how they met, had a backstory, how he proposed, and then it ended with all the information of their actual wedding. And we had, that was fun. And then their thank you cards, we made an emblem for them, and we laser cut the emblem out, and they wrote on the back of those for their thank you cards.
Wow.
Yeah.
And how often do you find real custom things like that done?
A lot of times, especially with Pinterest being so popular, a lot of brides come to me and they're like, can you make this? I've never seen anything like this, and I don't want to make it myself.
Right.
And I was a paper crafter for years and years and years, so I'm like, yes, I can make that. So the more popular Pinterest gets, the more popular kind of unique stuff gets for us.
So do you find Pinterest is a big influence in what you do, or do they still have their own opinions?
So it's kind of a mix. We do wedding branding a lot. So what that is we just talk to brides, find out all about their story, all about their style, and then we kind of weed through all their Pinterest overload and style overload, and it's our job to kind of figure out not only what tells a story about these two, but that will accurately reflect their event. So it's a mix of their own style, stuff they see on Pinterest or online or whatnot, and then our own unique design that we put on it.
Well, that's cool. So how many months ahead of time should you send an invitation? Or do you do the engagement, or do you do the announcement, or help us out here?
Okay, so there's a lot of things that go into play for that. We do save the dates as well and announcements.
Save the date. That's the one I was thinking of.
Yep. So save the dates traditionally go out between 9 months to a year in advance, depending on out-of-town guests. And the biggest thing is that you need to hit people before their vacation schedule, so before they book.
Right.
So really, we always tell brides, little tip here, there's a huge black hole between about mid-November to first week in January. You do not want to send out save the dates.
Just due to the holidays?
Yep. Most people are so overwhelmed with the holidays, and they clean up after the holidays, and a lot of that stuff gets thrown away. People forget about it.
I never thought about that, yeah.
And then you have to make sure anybody that gets an actual tax return usually files in early January, and you want to hit them before they get their money back, because the second they find out what their return is, they book vacations.
Isn't that interesting how that works? All right, so then you get to save the date. You do a formal engagement announcement now?
We have. It just depends on bride's preference. So, and those, an engagement announcement, that's usually depending on, it's the same, 9 to 12 months.
Okay.
Type of thing. And then wedding invitations themselves, depending on if you have a response card that you need to let another vendor or venue know about, usually those go out about 2 months ahead of time. You allow 3 weeks for a response back to you, and then you have your information to give your caterer or whatever like a month before.
Wow, that's cool. So typically you have 2 or 3 pieces that they have customized, design, mail.
Yeah, so 2 to 3 just regular cards. We also, a little thing that's different about us, all our envelopes are art too, so we do full color printing, double-sided on the envelopes, and we do envelope liners that are custom a lot of times. So ours usually just for a regular suite, which would be an invitation card, response card envelope, outer envelope, ribbon wrap, and tag. Those are all, that's about like 8 to 10 pieces of design that we do for that.
Now, how much does this cost? Like, what is a bride comes to you, has 100 guests, and how much are they spending like per guest for this service?
So for that, usually we tell brides that if they have between a $5 to $7 per guest budget, there's basically nothing we can't do for them, including things like foil stamping or letterpress and stuff like that.
Oh, I thought it'd be a lot more than that.
Yeah, it's really inexpensive. And then, you know, if all else fails, we really like to give brides something that's unique to them.
Sure.
So we work within a budget. We always tell brides, tell us your budget ahead of time. We'll tell you if we can accommodate it or not. And if we can, we design it to fit that budget. But obviously, the more money, the better product. Yeah.
So what's the whole debate between like e-invites, online email, creating a Facebook page for the bride, People don't see this, but I can see your face actually turning in. But we hear this all the time. Like, do I really do a formal invitation, or should I just tell everybody off Facebook that we're getting married?
Yeah. So, I mean, granted, technology is great. There's so much stuff you can do with it now.
In some ways.
But what I always tell my brides is, because they come to me all the time, why would I pay so much money for this? And it's like,
because it's cool.
Well, yeah, not only is it super cool, but it's a large part of the time the only thing that people are going to see from your whole wedding. They can't come. The invite's all they get.
That's true.
Yeah, so you want something that sets the tone for it and that tells them, hey, this is a little what you're going to get in my actual event, in a box, in an envelope, however you choose to send it.
And I've always found it interesting that everybody dies and waits to get the Christmas letter, the Christmas card, and then they go, well, why don't you just send them a Christmas email?
Yeah.
And everyone goes like, no, that's so not cool. So how are you not doing that with wedding invitations?
I know, for the biggest event, of your whole life, party-wise.
Or for the summer. I mean, this is certainly one of the biggest social events for the summer.
It's true, yeah.
Some people go to one or two weddings, some go to a few, but probably half of our friends don't even go to one. So when you get a formal invitation, it's always fun.
Yeah, and it's nice, and and it's the more, because everyone always says, even though I personally disagree with this, everyone always says that weddings just aren't about you. They're about your guests, they're about your family, about coming together, all this kind of stuff. So, you want to give them something special, something that they'll remember. So.
I agree. So what is it that makes your company unique over others that they might find on the internet or something?
That is a really good question. So we have a couple things that we offer that I'd like to say would be a little bit different. I already touched on this, but making every little piece of the actual invitation something that's printed and designed that fits your wedding theme is a big thing.
Okay.
We also, everything is handmade, hand assembled, printed by us, and we have a very one-on-one touch with our brides. We like to meet them face to face, really get to know them, be there for them throughout the whole process, and we like to not just sell our brides but help our brides. So you get a really just a really, really personal touch with us. And
people like that.
Yeah.
I mean, they really do.
It helps. It's such a stressful time, for people.
One of the reasons the expos have been so fun is because you get to come down here and meet with everybody one-on-one.
Yeah, we have a huge we have a pretty good online presence, but I'm going to come to shows forever because I much rather meet my brides, my clients, all that face-to-face, have that touch with them. Because a lot of times our initial consultation has to be done over Skype or email or stuff like that. Makes it easier because we can both be looking at the computer at the same time. But if I get to meet them ahead of time, I really appreciate it.
So give us your website, your email. How do we get in touch with you?
All right. So you can, our company is called Xcentricity, but for all intensive purposes, website is www.weddingsbyexcentricity.com, and that's spelled with 2 C's. Phone numbers, area code 562-458-2934. Shoot us a text, give us a call, whatever. And probably the easiest way to get in touch is through email, and it's Elizabeth with a Z at weddingsbyexcentricity.com.
Thank you for coming down this morning.
Thank
you so much. We'll talk with you soon.
Okay.
Good morning and welcome to the Everett Wedding Expo. We're here at the Xfinity Arena, otherwise known as Comcast. We've been here for a few years, but I have a few guests that we're interviewing this morning about weddings. And one of our newest guests and friends is...
Hi, I'm Anna from Gown and Glove Bridal Consignment up in Bellingham.
There is actually a real bridal consignment shop?
There is.
And you've had it for how long now?
I took over ownership first of the year, so we've got lots of new and exciting things coming this year and more to come.
So how many different types of dresses, I don't know if fashions is probably the right word, but how many different selections of dresses would brides find if they were to take the time to drive up and say, wow, is this worth it or not? Tell us.
Yeah, that's a good question that we get a lot. Basically, we really have a surprisingly really large selection. We have over 250 wedding gowns on stock daily, as well as probably over 500 formal and semi-formal gowns going from prom, mother of the bride, semi-formal for dances, bridesmaids, flower girl, a little bit of everything, plus wedding gowns.
So you've got wedding gowns. What other types of formals are women buying dresses for?
So we've got formals are coming out for military balls, charity events. We've got a lot of just dances and just big group activities. We've had a lot of people having theme parties, and so we've dressed a lot of people for those. In regards to wedding dresses, we have every style. We've got ball gowns, we've got sheath, we've got A-line, we've got a little bit of everything, and we go from size 0 all the way to 26. So that's something that we love about it. Is we like
26 is like kind of a stock size that you always carry?
Yeah, we carry every day, all the time. We carry plus size, regular size, a little bit of everything.
And I'm assuming you have alterations and a variety of different services available?
Yeah, the great thing about our store is we actually have an in-house seamstress, and so she's there 3 days a week in store, and then she also is by appointment as well, and she's really affordable. We really cater to brides on a budget.
Now, when you say affordable, are we talking a couple $100s to do alterations?
Usually, I don't ever see a dress. I mean, we're talking alterations by hem, taking in the sides, shoulders, everything. A bustle, never leave more than $250.
Wow. I've heard stories for years about how the bride buys a $599 dress, but the alterations are $400.
Yeah, that's the great thing about our store is really as a whole, as kind of our mantra is we really focus on brides on a budget in a whole aspect. You know, we've got consignment gowns, and they're not all used. There are also some new gowns with tags still on them. And we do that. We have them at least 50% of the original price, as well as we have our alterations that is never more than what you pay for the dress. So we do really try and focus on keeping it affordable. I mean, you really shouldn't have to put a second mortgage on your house to pay for a wedding.
We know that. Of course, we've been in the industry for years, and that's kind of the secret behind the secret. But a lot of times, brides don't realize that things are very affordable. Do you carry anything for the men?
We don't at this point. It's something that we are considering for the future.
Interesting. But mom, bridesmaids, friends, young women, you've got them. You carry shoes.
We do carry shoes, and something that's really exciting that a lot of people don't know about us is we actually do rentals. We rent wedding dresses, we rent formal wear, we rent bridesmaid dresses, we rent it all.
Wow, I didn't know that either. So, how in the world did you get into this?
Well, I mean, I've been in wedding industry for over 10 years now. Right. I had a wedding photography and planning company, which we still own, which is Pacific Coast Bride. And, you know, this opportunity came, and I really felt like we wanted to be a hub. We really wanted to be a hub for brides that could come, that they had questions, concerns, anything. They'd be able to come in. They could try things on, no pressure, really fun, family-friendly atmosphere. You know, we can help them find vendors if they're looking for it. You know, we have in-house vendors, which is us. But, you know, we're really about local, shopping local, being local. You know, we love being able to refer people to other people and just really make your wedding day absolutely memorable.
Well, that's one thing we've agreed on for years is that we all believe that the local bride wants local vendors who are going to work in the local area. And a lot of brides haven't even really thought about this until they get out shopping and they realize they don't want to hire a photographer from 2 hours away. They want somebody who is familiar with the facilities in the local area, who knows all the other vendors, who works with the other vendors. There's great value in that.
Yeah, there's great value in having your vendors know each other as well. You know, they've worked together, they know what works, they know what doesn't, and they really make your day seamless.
They also have a lot of ideas that at the time mom and the bride and a few of the wedding party have never considered because they do this regularly. So we've found that by coming to the shows or meeting people like yourself that have these years of experience, they benefit tremendously from just having a 15-minute conversation.
Yeah, and that's what we love in our store. We love having people come in, you know, try on dresses. It's very informal. We love just to be able to sit there, talk with you, you know, and enjoy it. We like to cater to your group and have your friends come in and just really, you know, make it a special moment for you guys. And really, it's no pressure. You don't have to kick your shoes off. You can just hang out, try on dresses, have a laugh, take pictures, enjoy yourself in our store.
So you let brides who come up that are shopping take pictures before they've actually bought the dress?
Absolutely. You want to look fabulous in your dress, and you want to make sure that it photographs well. So you know what? Take all the selfies you want. Absolutely. Hashtag us. Great. But we love it. We want you to enjoy every aspect of it, and we want you to remember it. We want you to remember when you tried on those dresses and the fun you had with your mom and your aunts and your grandma. Like, that's really how we are.
So tell us who you are and your website.
So I'm Anna from Gown and Glove Bridal Consignment and Pacific Coast Bride. Our website is pacificcoastbride.com, and you'll be able to find us there as well as on Facebook.
And then give us your email and your phone number.
Our email is pacificcoastbride@gmail.com, and our phone number is 360 922-0019 for the store and 360-303-5047 for Pacific Coast Bride.
Now we're back. Thanks for coming out this Wedding Expo today. We are here talking with one of my favorites, the Men's Warehouse. Why don't you tell us a little bit about what Men's Warehouse has this season for grooms?
All right. Hey, Brad. Thanks for having me. Well, hey, ladies, first of all, if you're coming to the show, please stop by and talk to us. Some of you feel that you don't want to come by because your guy is not here, but...
Well, it's just that you're so good looking. That's the problem.
That would be nice, but hey, stop by and see the middle-aged bald guy in the booth. And
why you got to call me that? That's crazy.
Hey, so we have a great deal for the guys. If you come on by, everyone in the wedding party that needs a rental will save $40 off, and we give a free suit or a free rental to the groom with 5 paid, and we do both when you rent 10 paid.
So if you bring 5 groomsmen that rent a tuxedo, they get their tuxedo free or a free suit.
Correct, up to $600 on that free suit.
Wow, I know about your free suits, but I like the. I didn't know about the bring 5 grooms. That's even better.
Yeah, 5 groomsmen.
5 groomsmen.
Yeah.
So if you're a bride and you have a wedding party of, let's say, 10, 12 gentlemen, dads and brother and what have you, she can surprise him with a suit?
Absolutely. And when you have 10, you actually get both the rental and the free suit.
Wow. It just gets better. So what are some of the new styles that you see coming out?
We've got a new navy blue tux. In fact, I'm wearing it today. It's a great look. And we also have some new colors that are available. Portobello's one of them. Ladies, just to throw this out there, too, we do color coordinate with David's Bridal. So if you're working with David's, you should certainly come by and see us.
So in other words, they pick their favorite lime green or their tangerine, and then you've got the exact same shade.
Exact or
Color.
very complimentary, yes.
Gotcha. I am surprised at how many people don't know that. I hear it here at the show quite a bit that they wish that there was a way that they could complement each other, and then they meet you and go, wow.
Yeah, every bride that I've been mentioning, hey, David's is right behind me, you should stop by and see them because we coordinate. They're all, wow, that's so convenient.
Yeah, it's very cool. So tell me about shoes. I know shoes are a big conversation lately. I went to a wedding just recently where they invited all their guests to wear Converse, which was kind of fun. But I know you guys carry a wide variety of shoes, including formal tennis shoes.
Yeah, no, we do have a few different selections in Puma and Converse. There is a couple others that are available in limited stores, but you could certainly check them out online. And then if you happen to rent something that our black shoe doesn't work with, we do offer a nice discount on retail shoes as well.
Now, can they, if they're in certain stores, they can go online and find this as well?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So your personal opinion on tennis shoes versus a nice leather upper?
Hey, you know what? If it works for you and you could pull it off, it is a lot of fun, and it does liven up the wedding. In fact, I would take it one step farther and wear some funky socks to go with them.
You know, in fact, we were here 6 months ago, and somebody was telling us about these colored socks, the polka dots and the stripes, and how do you know how to coordinate this? Or is it the lack of coordination?
You know what? It can go either way. Some people like them to be so far off that they just have some, like it just kind of throws everyone off. But it is kind of cool, when the guys get together and everyone kind of pulls their pant leg up a little bit. Nice photo opportunity.
Now, is that kind of a fad thing, or is that something you think that's going to be around for a while?
I have a feeling it's going to be around. Guys, our clothing isn't the most exciting, so we got to do what we can to make it, fun. So.
Right. So do you wear tennis shoes or do you wear colored socks?
I do a little bit of both. I'm wearing the socks today. I got pink and purple and blue stripes on today.
With the blue tuxedo.
Very comfortable in my man clothes.
So anything new coming out on the horizon with Men's Warehouse? They always seem to have some sort of cutting edge thing coming around the corner.
We're always adding some new looks to our collection. There are some things in the works, but I'd be afraid to mention them just in case they don't come out. But, yeah, you should certainly keep us in mind when you're looking to get going.
I've been really impressed with the remodels that have been going on around the country. Seems like Men's Warehouse is really dedicated to making their stores very cutting edge.
Oh, yeah, and we will be doing that for more stores and adding some new stores, too. In fact, we do have... For those people out in Washington, on the eastern side, we're going to be opening a store in Yakima or Union Gap very soon.
Oh, that's good to know. How many stores are you in the local area here?
We have 12 Men's Warehouse stores currently, and then one Men's Warehouse and Tux store and we will be adding that other store here either at the end of the year or early into 2016.
Wow. Why don't you give us your website, how we can get in touch with you?
Just go to www.menswarehouse.com. If you're looking at tuxedo rental, just go directly to that tab and you'll see our collection.
Or go by the local wedding expo and come meet the good-looking guys dressed in tuxedos.
Thank you, Brad.
You're
Thanks
welcome.
for having us.
You're welcome. And we're back to the Everett Wedding Expo. This is Brad Buckles with bridesclub.com, and we have a really cool new business that's joining us this weekend. Why don't you tell us who you are and what you do?
My name is Joni Collier, and I work out at the Huntley Lodge, located in KLAY, Washington.
If they saw the photos that I saw, they'd think it was really cool.
Yeah, it's tucked away by the Teanaway River, very quiet, serene. It's beautiful. It's weddings, retreats, events. We have a huge lodge with 4 cabins that are duplexes, so it's accommodations as well. If you
Very private.
Very private.
But also very much in the wide open for like a nice, beautiful pasture wedding.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's how many weddings have you done out there being new?
We've been there a few months, and we've already had about 6 weddings.
Wow.
They've been all outdoors, and they've been very successful, very happy brides when
I'll
they're
bet.
done. So
One of the big questions we get asked a lot here is how many can you accommodate? Like how many guests can...
yeah, so it's 100 for the day guests and 40 overnight.
Oh, so you can go for like the whole weekend.
Correct. So it's usually like a Friday, Saturday, Sunday is what most brides do for the bookings.
So tell us, set the scenery a little bit. It's obviously outdoors.
Outdoors.
It's beautiful.
It's beautiful.
And what makes it unique, or what's kind of some of its characteristics?
Well, being that it's quiet and you're out kind of in the forest, you see a lot of wildlife. So a lot of wild turkeys are in our yard every day. We see a lot of deer. Just nighttime, you hear the owls, even some coyotes, which is kind of fun.
Sure. Off in the distance?
Yeah, so what makes us unique is having the lodging. You know, people, when you reserve it, you have the whole place to yourselves. You have the huge lodge, the 4 cabins, which are duplexes. Each room sleeps 6 people, so it's up to 40. It's just very cozy, cabin-y feeling. It's about 6 miles from Cleom, 10 miles from the really cute town of Roslyn, which is very popular.
Yeah.
So my fiance and I have been out here about 2 months, and we are really enjoying it. We moved over here from Seattle, so it's a different change for us.
Oh, I'll bet.
So
kind of quiet?
it is. It's very quiet.
Now, big things in weddings are that people like to take these cabins for the weekend and they love to party.
Mm-hmm.
Are there really things that they need to be aware of in this particular facility, like there's a curfew or they've got a,
Yes, so you can party all night. We just want the noise down about 10 o'clock, just like with anything else, because we do have... There's one neighbor that's up the hill. You can't see him,
There's
so you
always
don't
one
know
neighbor,
he's there.
right.
But at night, the music or voices do travel over the valley. But so we just ask that it's down by 10, but stay up till 3 or 4 if you want to.
Now, do we have bonfires? Do we have other types of things on the
Yes,
facility?
so we do have a fire pit and a propane fire pit as well. So during the burn ban, of course, it's been really hot this summer. So you can have propane fires when that burn ban is on. So you still can enjoy the flame and roast marshmallows.
Oh, that's good. It's a big deal. The marshmallow bar, as brides are...
Yes, I saw that.
I know, it's
those
incredible.
Are fun.
So, give us your website, your email,
So it's huntley.lodge.net.
and how would you spell Huntley?
It's HUNTLEY. So the huntley.lodge.net. It has the reservation schedule on there, so you can see what dates are available. Has photos, a looping video, so the video is great. It shows the property really well. It's all done by
This is
drone,
cool.
so that makes it nice. And also the contact information. It's with All Seasons Vacation Rentals.
Okay.
So you go through them to find the prices and to book your date.
Now, obviously, you want them to book you as early as possible, but what's kind of a realistic timeline?
For weddings, usually a year out. In the off season, between probably October through March, it's slower, so it's a lot more dates available. So
Right.
if you did the fall or winter wedding, you'd probably have more. You wouldn't have to book it as far out. But if you're doing that June, July, August wedding, you definitely want to do it a year in advance.
Well, that's great. Thank you so much for talking
Yeah,
to
no
us today.
problem. Thank you
You'll
so
be here
much.
all weekend at the Expo.
Yes.
So if they want to find you, come down the middle aisle and look for the Huntley Lodge.
Yeah, sounds great.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
All right, we're back at the Wedding Expo here at Xfinity Arena this weekend with a very good friend of mine, Ray, with Bed Bath & Beyond. Introduce yourself.
Hi, my name is Ray Bungalan. I am here representing Bed Bath & Beyond for our wedding registry.
You're kind of a wedding professional that's got a lot of experience in this.
Absolutely. Actually, again, we're here for Bed Bath & Beyond. So.
And you've been in the bridal registry business for how long?
About 16 years.
Wow. So what are some of maybe the guidelines or the rules for bridal registry?
Absolutely. First is we highly recommend to our brides and grooms pre-register about 6 to 4 months out prior to the date of event.
Okay.
Give them a very good timeline and in terms of planning for a place to register. And it's always good to actually register to multiple locations, 2 to 3 locations actually.
So when they come in, do they have to have a list of what they want?
Well, that's the biggest thing. That's why we take care of the planning for our brides and groom. When they attend a show like this, they pre-register with us and then make an appointment to come to Bed Bath & Beyond, and we'll take care of everything for them.
So when they walk in as a couple, I mean,
Yes.
they should come together, right? And then they kind of go window shopping?
They do.
Okay.
They do, actually. So that's the
do
fun
that.
part. Anyone can.
So then they're going to walk around the store, come up with a list of things that they like.
Right. So they come to Bed Bath & Beyond, and we have expert consultants available to any Bed Bath & Beyond location. No appointment necessary. And then we have an expert to guide them from beginning to end. So
Now, I know we hear about this because we live in an area that's got so much technology, but this is something that's better done in the store than like done online, right?
absolutely. It's still, again, the beauty of having that really organic experience of touching and feeling the products. But, again, we can do online, you can do Google, you can do product knowledge, but there's nothing better than like personal testimonials from expert consultants who actually have used and have some expert advice of how the product works as well.
So tell us some of the fun things that couples register for. There's got to be some funny stories or something that's kind of unique and different.
Right, we do. We have product demos available. Like let's say they can't decide on a coffee maker. There are some demos that we can do right there on the spot.
Okay.
Yeah.
And like towels and bed sheets, linens.
Everything. Again, our goal as expert in the industry is to make sure that the couple come out of once they're done scanning that they have a well-rounded giftable register. And that's really is where the biggest, again, without the expert that's there to help you is what we want to make sure is the friends and the families who shopping gifts for the couple have a pleasant experience giving you the perfect gift. So
it's funny you say that because my wife and I did not register at Bed Bath & Beyond because where we were engaged, that wasn't available.
Right.
But
right.
we became big fans of Bed Bath & Beyond because somebody else registered there. We now shop there all the time. It's phenomenal. We love shopping there.
Well, awesome. That's great. And again, it's the experience. It's really the fun experience of creating the perfect giftable registry suited for the couple because every couple is different. Every home is different.
So tell us something that we probably don't know about gift registry.
One of the myths, it should be, could you have enough gifts in the registry? Well, you know what? You could never have enough gifts. Look, we highly recommend about 3 times the amount of gifts because prior to the wedding, there's also that showers that the couple tend to forget about. There's multiple showers, 2 to 3 showers that are happening prior to the date of event. So that registry serves as the multiple shopping destination. So that's why we recommend 3 times.
It's interesting you say that because being involved in the expos, I get invited to weddings, and it's very hard for me to shop for somebody if I don't know what they want. And many times I haven't gotten them something, as much as I hate to admit this, because I didn't know what they wanted.
Exactly.
And if they had just said, I want these 2 or 3 things, I'd have gone in and done it.
Exactly. And that's why gift registry truly serves as if you want to give the bride the perfect gift, they made it easier for the friends and families because there's the cheat sheet.
Right.
And with having an expert helping you build, again, the right amount of, the multiple level of prices, the right departments and items, that makes it any gift that a family member picks off of that list will be the perfect gift.
And is there a price range in gift giving nowadays, or is it just kind of whatever they want?
It's really whatever they want. So depending on, again, the showers and the wedding. So that's why we highly recommend like the low end, the mid end, and the high end of it. So we cover the three tiers of pricing as well.
Gotcha. And how many different locations is Bed Bath & Beyond now?
Oh, my gosh. We have over thousands of locations throughout United States, Canada. So convenient locations in your neighborhood.
Okay, and free parking, of course.
Of course.
All right,
And again, the service is all complimentary.
Tell us the website.
www.bedbathandbeyond.com.
Thank you so much for joining us this afternoon.
Thank you, and we're glad to be part of the show. So.
Thank you.
Thank you.
You're welcome. So we're back at the Wedding Expo here at Xfinity Arena here in Everett this afternoon, and we're here with Dinner for Two, which is one of our fun companies we work with all the time, something that a lot of the brides probably don't know too much about. Why don't you tell us who you are and what you do?
Hi, my name is Gabriella, and I'm offering you guys a free trip to Hawaii, which is sponsored by Kitchen Charm, and we offer everything for your kitchen. And we feature waterless and oilless cooking, which is much healthier for you, as well as all of our products have a 50-year warranty.
So when you say that you offer waterless and oilless cookware, you mean like pots and pans?
Yes.
Okay, I know they hate it when we call it pots and pans, but we're talking about like a frying pan, like a dish, and they can come to the wedding show and actually buy this product.
No, they don't buy them here, but
Okay.
they can enter to win, and then they could be one of the lucky couples that get selected to participate in a...
It's a seminar of sort, right?
Yes, they could participate in a seminar where they'll
Okay.
cook for you guys as a couple. And
So they're going to bring us down, feed us, show us how it works, teach us how to use it,
Yes.
and then send us to Hawaii.
Yes.
Okay, that doesn't sound negative. Now, how long has the company been around? Like 30 years from what I remember.
I think so.
Now, a lot of people don't realize that this company is responsible for cookware almost all the way around the world. They do business with multiple countries, and they do like 1,100 bridal shows a year. Now, you've been here at the bridal show for how many years?
This will be my second year.
And you've talked to how many brides, would you say?
Oh, my goodness, an uncountable amount.
Hundreds, probably a couple thousand.
Yes, probably.
So have you met with a lot of the brides that have actually used the product?
I have not. I just kind of offer them the trip, and somebody else does do the presentations for them and tells them a lot more about our products.
Have you actually been down to see one of the seminars?
I have, and I purchased some of the product because I loved it so much.
We did the same thing. It's kind of funny. We got the knife set. We got the cookware. What else did we get? We got, I don't know, we got a whole kitchen full of stuff.
Yes.
Now, do you use it on any kind of a regular basis?
I use it every day that I cook.
Do you really?
Yes.
And do you like the waterless, or what's your...
My favorite would be the fact that I don't have to use oil, so I don't have to worry about the oil just staying in my arteries, and it's much healthier for me. And I can also cook as well as do other things, so I like to multitask.
And what woman doesn't like to multitask in the kitchen?
I know, so I'm constantly going back and forth, and I don't really have to worry about it burning. There's a little whistle on there that says, "Hey, I'm done. Come and check me."
Now, does your family notice a difference with like the taste or the quality of food, or is this pretty much a woman's thing that they just like the product?
Yes, it's probably a women's thing and like a healthy thing, because the kids are kind of like, okay, cool, yes, food.
Right. And that's about it.
Yes.
Well, thank you for coming out this afternoon. If you come to the expo this weekend, she is on the first aisle. You can't miss her. She's got polka dots everywhere, and she's giving away free, really nice bags to all the brides.
Yeah, they also have a little spatula in there.
Oh, okay. Do you want to tell us the special now, or they have to be here at the show?
They do have to be here at the show.
Okay, then we'll keep it at that. Thank you so much for coming out and talking to us today.
Thank you.
This is Johnny the Capo back on the air with my good pal and buddy, Brad, the guru of weddings buckles.
Hey, how are we doing today?
Brad, I got to give it to you, man. You did it again. High five.
Thanks. It's been a great expo this morning. We've had hundreds of brides. We've got probably 150 people on the floor right now still shopping.
Correct.
They are curious about dresses and veils and clothes and Johnny and limousines. We've got a fashion show that happens for 5 hours today. It's a non-ending informal fashion show. We've got everything you can imagine, cookware. We've got photography, photo booths, florists, you name it.
Anything in the wedding business as far as venues is here today at the show. We're at the Xfinity Arena. We'll be here till 4 o'clock. We're going to be here tomorrow, Sunday.
All day from 11 to 4. In fact, the discount tickets are at bridesclub.com. If you go right now to the website at bridesclub.com, you can find tickets for tomorrow.
Cool.
They will not last, so you got to get them now. Otherwise, you can buy them at the door.
And are there any other specials today, Brad, at the show?
Actually, the first 100 brides through the door receive a free set of matching wedding bands, is what I'm trying to say.
Marvelous.
They get a free 11 by 17 printed image of their favorite photo.
Cool.
Whether it be an engagement photo or a date or maybe just something important to them. We have all kinds of free bags of goodies, and all the vendors here are giving away free incentives, and there is even a company that we were just talking to a moment ago that's going to send you to Hawaii.
I like the Hawaii thing for sure.
I could use a week in Hawaii right now.
I get so dark when I'm in Hawaii, my mother doesn't recognize me.
Well, it's been great to have you here, Johnny. It's been fun to be here with you, of course.
That's right. I love being on the radio with Brad Buckles and my fabulous producer, Mr. John Burton. Ladies and gentlemen, you've been listening to Viva ENT. We'll dig you now and see you later because you're a fine sweet potato. Bye-bye, folks. Thanks.